Now it's on. You hear me now?
I can hear you. Can somebody
Okay.
please type in the chat for us and let us know if we can see if you can see and hear us? That would be awesome. Then we'll know we are live to go. Hang tight for just a second. We'll make sure that we're good to go, and then we'll get started. Oh, there we are. Thank you, Tom Farrell. I appreciate that. Good evening, everybody. I'm Darcy Skaar, and I am being joined by my other half, Preston Skaar. And we are joining you from a little town in eastern Idaho. And if you hear a little commotion in the background, it's because we are both behind closed doors with our 3 little kids and one of their friends over playing at our house. So if you hear things, just ignore it. We are very, very excited to be on this broadcast with you guys tonight, and we are super excited to share the things that we have in store for you. For those of you who are guests here on this broadcast, welcome. We're super excited to have you. We hope you gain a lot of value from this broadcast. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message in the chat. I'll try to keep an eye on that, as well as Preston will. And remember that we're about 15 seconds ahead of you. So if we don't get right to you, it's because we haven't seen it yet. So it's just a second and we'll reply back to you. But just so you guys know us a little bit more, some of you on the Team Audacity team may not know us or may not know much about us, so I'll do just a real quick intro of us, and then Preston can give you a little bit more detail. But we started in this industry about 2 years ago. We were looking for something to subsidize our income. We weren't necessarily looking for something full-time at that point. But at that time, we were both working 50, 60 hours a week, and that was killing both of us because we were not able to spend the kind of time that we wanted to spend with our families. We have 3 little kids, ages 8, 5, and 2.5. So being away from them, I actually was working from home, but I was in my office 50 or 60 hours a week. So that was pretty difficult to be able to feel like I was being a good mom. And spending that much time in my office. And Preston was in the agriculture industry, working really long hours as a farm manager, and it was taking him away from time with us. So we decided that we would look for something online because we saw other people doing it and being extremely successful. And so we found this opportunity with Empower Network and decided to go ahead and get started with that. And fast forward 2 years later, we both now work from home full time. Our oldest 2 kids, 8 and 5-year-olds, do virtual school from home. So we are a full-time stay-at-home family. And sometimes that is a little bit of a challenge, but most of the time it's such a huge blessing, and we're very grateful for that opportunity. And we're extremely grateful for Team Audacity. Want to give a shout out to Kevin and Melissa Connect. Thank you for your leadership and for allowing us to be a part of this broadcast tonight. This is one of my first opportunities to do a live broadcast, so I'm really excited and a little bit nervous all at the same time. So, Press, what do you have that you want to share?
Welcome, everybody. Some of you may or may not have met me. I am Preston Skaar, the other half of the Work From Home family. I go to all the events with my cowboy hat on, so I'm pretty easy to spot. Again, I'm very grateful to be able to come to this webinar, and hopefully we can share some information to you. Darcy and I are also business coaches with the iPAS system, so we can share some information about iPAS with you guys. We had a meeting this morning. There's a lot of really cool changes that are going to be coming in iPAS that are going to help everybody as far as the tools that are going to be available to us, and then tweaking the way we do the sales through iPAS is going to, get us better results. So that's really awesome. iPAS is a developing and growing company that has the similar kind of a root structure. I'm a farmer, so I refer to things kind of like plants. The Empower Network has an infrastructure put in place with roots that are going to hold that company solid for many years to come, and iPAS has got a similar type of a mindset and setup in place. So to be able to be a part of two companies that both have root structures that are going to stay around for years to come gives you a lot of a gratifying and a sense of comfort that the company cares for us as individuals. So that's a little bit of an aspect that I like to make sure everybody knows is we're part of a group of companies that is here for us as much as we're there for them selling products, which means a lot. And then the new changes with Kalatu, those of you that don't have it yet, you're going to be blown away when you see this thing. They've really done a great job with putting together a product that's easy for the new person to use, and it's easy to get your stuff on the first pages of Google and to be ranking and promoting your business. So we're just excited as all get out to be able to, number one, have a product, and then to be a part of a company that really cares about us as individuals. So give yourself a pat on the back for finding this, because guys, we do have one of the neatest things on the planet, in my opinion. So I think we ought to just jump right into the training on Kalatu. Darcy set up our blog. She's done a lot of stuff, with a niche that she didn't went through all the setup. So she's kind of in our household the Kalatu guru at this point. Be right honest with you, she kind of stole it from me, so I'm still a little bit upset about that, but I'm just going to leave it at that, guys, and we'll let Darcy show us some screen share and kind of go through some setup and stuff on Kalatu, which this thing's cool. It's going to really change the game for everybody. So I'll turn it back over to you, Darcy.
Awesome. Yeah, you can tell he's a little bitter because I just woke up in the middle of the night one night and thought, I have a niche that I really want to promote to, and that was right about the time that we got Kalatu Access for beta testing. And so I didn't really ask for permission, I asked for forgiveness because I just went ahead and did it. So right now, Preston's handling a lot of the coaching stuff for iPAS. We do coach together, but I'm doing more of the technical part of it, and he's actually doing the coachings. For those of you who are not utilizing coaching for iPAS, get it turned on, because there are some huge benefits coming down the pike for people who have their coaching turned on, and you need to be able to be in a position to utilize those resources. So go ahead and get that turned on, and be looking out for iPAS updates so that you can use that tool in conjunction with your Empower Network business, because it's going to be a real asset for you. So let me get logged in here to Empower, and then I will get started on showing you guys Kalatu. And I have been so excited for this all day, because this thing is just blowing my mind. Every time I turn around and I use it, there's something else that I find, and you guys are going to be blown away. Maybe in the chat, if you guys would let me know who of you have access to the beta testing platform for Kalatu, that would help me just kind of get an idea of how many of you have access to it right now and how many of you are waiting for access. So let me turn my screen share on here. Bear with me for a second, because I've only done this one time, so just 1 second. And then, Press, can you let me know if you can see my screen?
Yep, I've got you.
All right.
Now I'm back on your video.
All right, let me try one more time. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Looks like quite a few of you guys have it, so that's awesome. So maybe you have started it, maybe you haven't started it. If you haven't, as soon as we get off this webinar, you're going to want to get on it and get going, because it is really, really awesome. If you don't have it, you can send a request to Empower. They will decide, whether they will grant it or not, but it's not going to hurt anything to shoot them a ticket, a support ticket, and just ask them. I know that they are granting on a case-by-case basis, so if you guys want to send a ticket over to them, You can just request, and they'll either grant it or they won't. But it's not going to be too long before they give it to everybody. We haven't heard a date for sure, but from what we're seeing, good stuff coming. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen.
There we got it.
Empower Network screen. Okay, so when you're going to log into your Empower Network back office, and you're going to see a link up here that says Closed Beta Testers, Access Your Kalatu Blog. So you're just going to click on that link, and it's going to bring you up to your Kalatu blog. So the host domain for this blog is buildingabrandonline.com. So that's the generic URL for everybody's blog within Kalatu, and then it'll be a slash with your username behind it. But you will be able to map these to your own domains, and I'll kind of give you a run through on that. If any of you tried to do that with ENV2 after the blog beast, you realize how hard that was. It was extremely difficult, and it took me months and months and months, and once I finally got my mapped, it still didn't work correctly, and Melissa and Kevin kind of had the same situation. So this is such a huge blessing because everything is so straightforward, just step by step by step. They have it all figured out, and they've got tutorial videos and all sorts of stuff. So they've been giving us updates every day of what they've fixed. They had the alpha testers test for I think a couple weeks, and now they've got around 500 beta testers. We have a Facebook group that we interact with daily, and so we can, kind of shoot bugs out, and if anybody's having the same problem, then we can kind of help troubleshoot those. But they're really good about letting us know what bugs they're fixing and what updates they've made daily. And then they are working on a tutorial video so that once you get in here, you can go through, step by step. But the first thing it's going to ask you to do is set up your social media card. So you'll go through and set up your links to your social media platforms. So you'll have your Facebook, connect to Facebook, connect to Twitter, connect to LinkedIn, connect to YouTube. So you'll just you'll just click on each one of those and put that information in there. And then I'll give you a little peek here. This is my actual blog for Kalatu. I have the domain at it's mommybloggerskitchen.com. So this is my About section, and this is your social media card. So that's what you're entering when you put that information in. It's going to pull your profile picture from Facebook. It's going to pull your name from Facebook. Then you can edit this information, and then it's going to give them an opportunity to click on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. So if they click on these links from right here, they will see your Facebook feed right there on your blog page, which I think is absolutely incredibly brilliant. Like, I'm still totally blown away. Same thing for Twitter, same thing for LinkedIn, same thing for YouTube. So it takes a few minutes, but they can, so your people that are visiting your blog site can go to these pages and see your social media card information and then click on it, and it'll show you your feed for Facebook and for Twitter, for LinkedIn, and all your videos for YouTube. So I think that is really, really awesome. You can edit your header up here. You can put your logo. I made this logo myself, but you can use any picture there. You can load that into your header. You can customize all of these tabs so that they can say whatever you want them to say. You can customize your banners. I know that was a big thing with the other blog too, was that it was really difficult to build banners unless you knew how to do that. It was hard to get those widgets on there, and they have provided an entire library on Google Drive of these banners, side banners and footers and headers and all sorts of these with different pictures and different colors and different messages, different targeted to different niches. So very, very cool stuff. And then you can link these to wherever you want. So these right now I have on mine are going to an iPAS funnel, but you could have them go directly to Empower's funnels if that's what you choose. If you use lead pages, which we do, and I'm in the process now of doing a lead page so that these can go to a lead page, which for those of you who aren't familiar with lead pages, that would be just it's a custom capture page creation site and tool that you can use to create custom capture pages so that it sets you apart from, you know, the other people that are using the same capture pages. So, but you can direct this to go kind of wherever you want. Same thing with the header banner, same thing with the footer banner. And, you know, you can use it through a lead page that then goes to iPAS or then goes to Empower Networks funnel. So it's really, really customizable. You can spend a lot of time, which I did. I spent about 4 days, evenings and early mornings when my kids were, you know, in bed and we were watching family movies and stuff, just going through all the options that are here in Kalatu and checking to see what it was that it offered and then what it did to my actual blog when I posted it. So it was kind of some trial and error. I know there will be tutorial videos, so if you guys aren't comfortable with doing that trial and error stuff, don't panic, because there will be tutorial videos on what you need to set up. As beta testers, we kind of have that luxury and that opportunity to go through and test and do trial and error stuff. I enjoy that. I enjoy doing the graphic design stuff. Most people don't. So I'm kind of a weird one when it comes to that. But it's been fun for me to go through and see kind of where they go. But it can be extremely simple to set up, but it can also be as designed as you'd like it to be. So I guess I'll just kind of leave it at that. So then you can go in and assign your categories for your blog posts. Right now I don't have a ton of blog posts on here. That's I put this blog up on Friday night at about 11:30 p.m. And if you guys, any of you saw my Facebook post today, I just checked it this afternoon, and my blog that I just put online 3 days ago is ranked number 8 on page 1 of Google after only 3 days. And that's out of 56 million results. So it is ranking like crazy just being on this platform. And then I did some Google Webmaster indexing and stuff that one of the people in the beta testing group has done some research on that, and so I'm sure that that will be shared as well, and if it isn't, then I will share it with the team to make sure that you guys can get your site indexed, which means that Google finds it and is able to rank it. So anyway, I have been totally blown away at how fast this has ranked, especially with I think I only have 3 posts up right now, because I'm in the process now of converting everything from my old blog, so I'm copying and pasting and, you know, reformatting and that kind of stuff. So this is still my about page. So every page you can set it so that you have your social media information, then you have your banner, then you have your categories, then you have your recent posts, and then any recent comments that you have on your blog. So you can choose to take any of those out. If you don't want those on that sidebar, you don't have to have them on there, but it does make it easier for people to get around on. So I'll show you what the actual blog section of the site looks like, because it's actually 4 separate pages. There's the home page, the contact me page, the blog page itself, and then the about page. So there's actually 4 different pages within this blog platform, your blog site. So here's my blog. It just tells, you know, you can look at your categories, and then it gives you a feature picture, and then your title, and then your blog post, and then they can just click on it from there. So like I said, I only have 3 of them up right now, but just so you can kind of get a look at what that looks like. So you could direct people directly to this page, or you could direct people directly to your home page, and your home page is really awesome because that is where you can set up a whole bunch of different themes. So you can pick a theme. I'll go back and show you. So here's your theme. So once you get your social media, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but I promise I'll tie it all together. So you connect all your social media information. This is when you're setting this up. And then you can use your 21-day blog challenge. When you start the challenge, that's the day that you're going to start blogging. So I started mine not realizing that I probably should have set everything up first. So I would probably set your things up if you want to spend some time going through this. I'd probably do that before you start your challenge. But I'll come back to that after I go through some of this, and I'll show you guys the 21-day blogging challenge. And for those of you who are in Orlando, you saw this, and we were totally blown away when we saw this in person. At the event, and for those of you who haven't, it is going to make blogging so much easier. It makes it so that you can go in and create a post. It'll give you ideas of the topic. It'll give you ideas of, you know, a picture or a quote or whatever, and then you just blog about it, and it makes it really easy. So I'm super excited about that tool specifically, especially for new people coming in the door who maybe have blogged a little bit. Maybe they have a blogspot blog, or they're a mommy blogger that just kind of dibble-dabbled around with a blog, but or maybe they're, you know, somebody who's used a different blogging platform and they've had a hard time with it, because some of them are extremely technical and they're challenging to keep up. So this is going to make it easy for a new person to come in the door and feel like they can really get their feet underneath them within that 3-week time frame. So blogging consistently for 21 days, I feel like, is going to be such a tool for new people coming in the door, just experiencing this Empower Network platform of Kalatu. And I really think that that's going to increase the success rate of people feeling like they can be successful here. Because prior blogging platforms we've had, they were good, but they were a little bit challenging to work through, and it was a little bit overwhelming for new people, especially if they had never blogged before or weren't extremely technical or computer savvy. So I am really excited about this 21-day blogging challenge, because I think it's going to make a big difference in the retention of our new people coming in the door at the viral blogging system level for the $25. So I was talking about themes. When you go in here, you can choose what theme you want to set up. So you kind of just need to look through the themes and decide which one fits you best. And keep in mind, these are just examples, so everything on here is customizable. So you can use the traditional Empower Network blog header, blog theme like we've had. If you want to have it look just like it used to look like it does currently, you can do that. If you feel like you want something that's a little bit more visual, you can use this theme number 2. Theme number 3 is the one I have, because I found a really cool YouTube video. And underneath this, I'll show you here in a second, but underneath this banner right here that says chrisrecord.com and then his little tagline, it plays a YouTube video in the background. It's muted, so there's no music, but it plays that through, and it's really eye-catching. So that was what I decided to do with mine, and I may change it. If any time you want to change it, you can just change the theme. This one's a little bit more laid out for people who like it to be very organized. This one's one that Aaron Rashkin uses, and I have seen some of the beta testers use this one, and it's really cool. All of them are really cool, but and theme 5 is good too if you have something that you want. I really haven't played around with that one much because it wasn't one that grabbed my attention, but it's really nice because you can choose one that fits you. You can choose one that fits your personality and or your niche, whoever you're marketing to. You can choose one that makes that easy. I'm going to take a second and I'm going to check the chat. Hold on a second, because I haven't checked for a while. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this. Let's see.
I'll talk for a minute while you're looking through that, Darcy.
Go ahead, and I'll look at the chat real quick.
You know, guys, the one thing, some of you have been in Orlando at the event and talked about, saw what they showed here about Kalatu. Talking about Darcy writing that post and then it's ranking on the first page of Google. That is how we are going to be able to dominate the first page of Google. We don't want to just only get ranked on the first page. We want to dominate that first page so that when somebody comes for searching that keyword, the first person they see is your blog post. The second person they see is your blog post. And they scroll down and they're like, gosh dang, this guy knows what he's talking about. I'm going to go see what he's talking about. And so then you're the one who's getting everything that way. And that's how we're going to be able to dominate. And this thing is just, it blows my mind. We evolve as it comes along, and it's easy to look back now and say, holy smokes, if we would have just had this 2 years ago. But that's just part of the evolution of learning and growing and the market changing. And the other thing that's really cool is Chris Record is in that Facebook group with the beta testers pretty much 24 hours a day. He's in there answering questions. He'll reply back to comments. He's in there all the time. So I think Darcy's got some questions she's going to throw out from the chat, so I'm going to mute out and we'll take those as they come through.
Sounds good. Thanks, Press. Yeah, when I was telling Preston the other night, it was like midnight, and Chris Record was still in there answering, answering stuff from us in the Facebook group. I seriously don't think he ever sleeps, which is awesome because he's very interactive, and he's listening to everything that we have to say, everything that we recommend, everything that we would like to see changed or added or taken out. He's very interactive, which is awesome. Okay, so let's see. Linda asked, do you SEO to rank? I have not done SEO on this yet, Linda. I know that there is some SEO built in. I have not seen a place yet in a post screen where you actually go in and post where you can change SEO stuff. I know in WordPress before, when we had the very first version of the Empower Network blog, we had options to go in and increase our SEO score. I haven't seen that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if that is a coming feature. I know there's a lot of things that are in the works that they just haven't rolled out yet. So, but in a lot of ways, I'm excited about that because it ranks without that. So if we add SEO on there, that's just going to maximize everything that we've already got. And the page 2 or the page 1 on Google number 8 position was my actual main blog page. It wasn't actually a blog post. That's my next thing, is to see what happens with an actual blog post on an actual topic. So I will post in Team Audacity once I have that information. But in answer to your question, right now I think it's just, I think it's SEO optimized, but it's not giving us any extra ways to do that. Deb asked, does the social card pull your profile feed or your fan page? It pulls your profile information from your personal Facebook page. I am right now in the process of trying to figure out how to create a click here to like my fan page. I asked for information on that from anybody in the beta testing group, and I had a couple responses, including Chris, and he gave some recommendations, but I have not had time to implement that yet. So that's on my list for the next couple days, is to try to figure out how to link to a fan page, because I created a fan page for the Mommy Blogger's Kitchen, and I have almost 100 likes on it already in a couple of days, and I really want to promote that fan page on my blog, and so I'm working on that. So I'll figure that out. And Mama Val asked the same question. Do you recommend connecting to Facebook personal profile or fan page? I want to do both, but your social media card that it prompts you to add is going to it's going to take you to your personal fan page or personal Facebook profile page, which isn't a bad thing, because then they can get to know you personally. And I think they did that on purpose, because they want to give the people looking at your blog and looking at your site an opportunity to know you personally. And so I'm very conscientious of that when I put things on my Facebook wall, so that it's got content, it's got value, and people can get to know my personality. I mix things about Empower and iPAS and my kids and Preston and my Mommy Blogger's Kitchen site, and I kind of have a variety of stuff, and you guys are welcome to go to my page and request to add a friend and friend me, and you can look at my stuff. But and it's all public, so you should be able to see it. Kevin and Melissa, I know, are the same way. They make sure that the stuff that's on their page is very uplifting. It's sometimes there'll be a little bit of banter, or I don't know what Kevin calls it, something nicer than that. But it's good to get engagement on your page too. And then your page, if your fan page is linked back and forth, and your the personal page is linked back and forth to your blog, then everything kind of ties together. And then I plan on branching out to Pinterest and Instagram, and I've already got some stuff on Twitter, but there's a lot that you can do with this, and I think it's easy to get overwhelmed with so many things to do all at once. But don't just do one thing. I made a list for myself. I'll show you. Oh, I can't show you because I'm sharing my screen, but I have a big yellow pad, a big yellow notepad, and I just write down all the things that I want to do, and so then I just kind of prioritize those as far as, okay, this needs to be done now, this could be done later. You know, like I'm going to go in and create a Pinterest account for the Mommy Blogger's Kitchen specifically, so that I don't um, so that I don't mix my personal with my business stuff. So, sorry, somebody was messaging me private. Um,
You could jump off screen share and
oh,
they can see your face again,
well,
and just go to the Google page.
I'm gonna keep going on this. Okay, so a lot of these things are in global settings and theme settings are personalized stuff that you can go through and do um, on your blog, on your theme, whichever theme you pick. Then this is where you go in and customize all of that. So you've got a general tab that gives you an option to do an image as your logo, which is up here. So I just did a logo. If you are on a Mac, it's on Keynote, I think, that you can do that in, or I use PowerPoint. I just created a logo and then grabbed it with Jing and put it out in a file on my computer, and then I upload it here. You can do your background color. You can do there's where you can put your logo in. You can do your navigation text color, which is right here. It's got all sorts of customizing stuff. So you just kind of go down that and it'll update as soon as you make the change. You'll see it here. So that was cool, I thought, because sometimes you have to wait and go back out and check the live site before you can see what it looks like. So I thought that was very smart for them to make it so that you could see it. So then you've got your homepage header, and my homepage header is this video. So this is theme 3. So I have my blog name, and then I've got a little tagline here. And then I just went out to YouTube and found a video that I felt like fit this blog. And I found this one. It took me about an hour, but I found one that I really liked. And so then it just gives you the option to mute or not mute. And then you load the YouTube link here, and then it'll start playing in the background. So that's the theme 3. Not all the themes have that. Theme 3 is the only one that I know of that has the video in the background. And again, that's all customizable. You can do your tagline, you can do your name. All of that stuff is customizable. The feature boxes I haven't really done anything with yet, so I'm not going to show you guys that because I haven't done anything with them. I know that there are some beta testers that have done something with them, so I'm kind of watching to see what those posts end up saying, and then I might enable those, but right now I don't have those enabled. And you can customize this, leave your comments on the blog. And then I have it set to do 9 of the latest posts. So here's leave your comments on the blog. You can type anything you want in there and it'll change it right here. And then you can have this front screen will show up to 9 posts, which is what I wanted to have it do. You can change that. You can make it whatever you want. You can have it do all 3, 6, or 9. So you can change that. Your widgets are going to be, they have some built in, or you can add a widget. I haven't done much with those besides just use the widget that they have available. So I added categories, recent posts, recent comments, and search. Those are the ones that I have on my blog, and you saw that when we were looking at the blog page. You can add a widget. There are some to choose from. I haven't really done a whole lot with it because the ones that I wanted were the standard ones. So, and same thing, with your footers, you can add widgets on your footers in the center, on the left, and the right. But I wanted mine to be pretty clean looking, so I didn't want it cluttered up with a whole lot of stuff. I may end up adding some later, but right now I just wanted it very simple, very easy to look at, and just very straightforward, so it was easy for people to click around on and find what they're looking for. You can add an opt-in. Again, I have not done this yet. I think that you can have it go straight to your email system. So if you use GetResponse or Aweber or whatever, you can enter all that information in here. I don't have that going right now, but that is an option. And I know there are some beta testers who are working with that as well, and there's been a few glitches with it, but I know they'll get them figured out. So when I do that, I'll let you guys know what I find out. And then social pop settings, this is on actual, I have to remember where it is. It's on the actual blog post itself. So when you go to, oh, I might have to go out of here and go do it. Okay, so we go to my blog post. You're going to have this information right here. Share this post and help spread the love. And then you've got a Twitter link, Pinterest link, Google Plus link, and Facebook link. Okay? So that gives people an opportunity, right, as they're reading your post to share it on their pages. They can share it on Pinterest, they can share it on Twitter, Google Plus, Facebook. So right now, mine is set, where was I? Right now, mine is set up so that it's right at the beginning of my post, and then I have it set up so that it's right at the bottom of my post too. So you can do either. You can set it up to be in both places or in just one. You can do just the below or just the above. I have mine in both right now. I'm testing that out to see how I like it. And then you can customize your text that goes with it. So right here where it says share this post and help spread the love, you can change that to whatever you want. You can change the buttons. I've just left them the way that they were. I might mess with that, but like I said, some of this stuff I've just left it because it really looks nice the way it is. Author box settings. This is going to be your profile information that goes in at the bottom of your blog post. So here's your blog post. Okay. So here's my blog post. And then I've got all my information on the sidebar that we already went through. And then at the bottom of my blog post, and I'll come back to this little button right here, but here's my profile information. You can choose whether you want to have that on every blog post or not. I do, because I want people to get to know me. So I just typed up a little profile about myself, why I created the blog, some background information about us, so that they feel like they know me a little bit better. And then just gave them some links, my Facebook, my Twitter, my LinkedIn. I'm working on Pinterest and Instagram right now, but I haven't figured out how to link those in there yet. So that's your social, what is it called, social pop? No, author box. And then your banner ad settings. This is where I was saying they've created all these different banners that you can use. So I like this one because it was pink and everything on my site. I have some pink tied in. So you'll get access to that file. And if you guys have access to beta right now and you want those banners, just let me know. And maybe I'll just post that link out in the Team Audacity group so that you have it, because it's out on a Google Drive file. So it's super nice because you can just copy them, save them to your computer, and then upload them here. So I did that one, and then I did a footer also down here. And then you can decide where the URL goes to. Like I said, you can decide if it's going to go to iPAS or to lead pages or to directly to Empower's funnel or what. And then your social card settings is you can change your profile image if you want to. You can change your name. Like my name on Facebook is Darcy Skaar, but when I put it in here, it was a little bit too long, and so it took up 2 lines, and I didn't really like that, so I changed it. So you can do a little bit of customization there too. And then if you don't want all these on here, if you don't have any YouTube videos yet, you can take YouTube off, or Twitter or LinkedIn. If you don't have one of these accounts, you can take those off, and then they won't be on there. You can just eliminate them, and then you can go in and add them later when you get that set up. Let me check the chat pod again here. Okay. Oh, Linda asked, do we need to pay extra to change the themes? Right now, Linda, as far as I know, these themes that are available are going to be included. There has been talk about there being different levels. If you want more than one blog, you know, they may charge extra, but none of that's been decided. We've asked, and they've said that's all kind of still being worked on in Empower. So I would expect there's probably going to be a premium. Like a premium package that might have more themes, or more than one blog available, something like that. But we'll just kind of keep you posted on that. I have not heard that for sure. That's just kind of my inkling, just because I see there being so much work involved in creating so many themes, and I think that may be the way they go. But they might surprise us and say, you know what, all the themes are included and as many blogs as you want for $25. That very well could happen too. So I'm not positive. Tanya, I'm hoping I say that right. You would love the link to the Google Drive. Can you just clarify for me what you were? She said I would love that, Darcy. I'm assuming you're talking about the Google Drive file. So just let me know if that's what you're wanting, and I will post that in the Team Audacity site. And Marty's asking, how do we set this up so we do rank in the top 5. Marty, are you talking about Google? Are you talking about ranking on Google? Let me know in the chat box. And I know there's a delay, so I'll come back and check that in a second. Okay, so we talked about theme settings. Global settings is basically what shows up on Google's page or Bing's page about your site. So if you guys go out and Google the Mommy Blogger's Kitchen, my site title on Google is this, and my description is this. So this is what shows up right below the, when you look in Google and you click on something, this is the description of that site. Then your email address, your time zone, and then you can control, if anybody posts a comment, email me. You know, if you start getting a lot of comments, you can turn that off. If you want to hold comments for moderation, which I think right now I would recommend, because especially what we're seeing, especially if you are syndicating your blog out to Pingler or any of those sites to try to get some rank on it, we're getting some spam back, which is to be expected. It's totally normal, but I've got mine held for moderation so that I can look at the comments first and then approve them. And if I don't want it on there, then it doesn't automatically populate. I have to approve it to go on there. And then you've got your Facebook share settings for Empower. You can change this. I actually do need to change that to my logo. And then your share title and your description. This is just your generic. If you share, you know, if you share just your main site, your main site URL, then you can control what's your Facebook information that posts with that. I think is what that does. And I haven't done a lot of it with that one. Let's see. Let me check again here. Oh, yep. Okay. So yes, I will post those links to the Google Drive. And thank you, Linda. Linda says, awesome, your blog looks cool. I appreciate that. I am so, like, I can't even tell you guys how excited I am about this blog. Because Preston and I, when we first started with Empower, it was January of 2013, and Preston would stay up till like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Because remember, I mean, we were both working 50, 60 hours a week. So blogging for us and doing anything with our Empower business had to be done either before 6 a.m. or after 9:30 p.m. when our kids were in bed, and that was it. There was no time in the middle of the day to do anything with this. So my poor husband would stay up until like midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning blogging and trying to figure out how to make the blog thing work. And we were all in. We had all the Empower products, but we just weren't getting ranked. And so our go about blogging kind of went down the tube because we were like, we are spending all this time blogging and we're just not getting anywhere with it. So to see the fruits of our labors now, 2 years later, on this platform is so incredibly inspiring for us. That's why we're so excited about this, because I really see this being a huge tool for all of us in so many things. You know, I'm very passionate about sharing mommy inspiration with other moms because I feel like that's a valuable thing for them to have. And so that's part of my blog is going to be to share inspirational quotes with them, as well as recipes and, you know, how-tos and do-it-yourself mommy stuff and all sorts of stuff. So think about what niche you're going to market to. That would probably be one of my my biggest recommendations, is that don't try to build a blog that's going to market to everybody, because the riches are in the niches. That's what we've been hearing for the 2 years we've been in this business. And honestly, I think finally now we can implement that. So think of a target niche. I know Dondi's got an awesome one with her puppies and her breeding business that she has with her dogs. And you know, find something that you know people are interested in and that you're passionate about, because if you're passionate about it, it's going to keep you up at night. I've been up till midnight like the last couple of weeks because I just cannot put this down. Like Preston teases me all the time because I think he thinks I'm married to this blog. But right now I'm just so excited about getting it going because I feel like it's going to be so good for so many people to be able to express their passion and get paid for it. And that's kind of what I'm seeing the theme of Kalatu evolving into, is cash in on your passion. And I think that is so exciting. So I hope you guys will take some time and mess around with this. And if you get into, you know, if you hit a roadblock or whatever, post in Team Audacity or send me a message on Facebook and I'll help you. I would be very happy to help you guys get things going. Okay, so I think the rest of this we may cover in a different webinar, because this is going to be like, if any of you are familiar with WordPress, this is basically, it is a WordPress platform. So it's going to be similar to any other WordPress that you've used, but it's a lot easier, and there's not as many glitches, and there's not as many things that you can break. So we'll go through, maybe in a different training, I'll see if Kevin and Melissa want to do like a training on an actual post, and we can go through and make a post. But this is where you post your posts, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Once you get into a post, you just add new, and then you go in and type your stuff, and you set up all your tags, and you set up your categories, and you can do a Facebook share title and description and all of that. And then you post it. And you can change the date, you can change the time, you can post it a day from now, you can post it 2 days ago, whatever you want to do. So that's your post. Pages is your pages across the top of your blog. So the home, contact me, blog, and about. The only thing right now that they have is home, contact me, and blog. I had to create my about page. So if any of you are interested in doing that, why don't you just let me know, and I can run you through how I did it. It wasn't hard. It just was a little bit time consuming, but I had to do it as a new page. So take a look at pages. Comments will be anybody that comments on your blog. So I've had a couple of people comment, and then I can just go in and reply back to them. I can approve the comment. And media is your media file as far as your library of images. So it stores all your images for you. So if you want to go in and use it again, you can. So like, this is my signature that I use on all my blog posts. So I just use that image every time. My logo, stuff that you use all the time, you would want to load in here so that you can use it in your blog posts. Linkify, I haven't done anything with yet. I'm not sure what they're doing with that. I think it's kind of like a URL shortener is what they're wanting it to be, but right now I think they're still working on that, so I haven't done anything with that. We talked a little bit about widgets. Your menus are like what I was talking about, home, contact me, blog, about. You can change those. You can change these so that they say different things. So, if you wanted home to say something different, then you would do it in your menus, and you can just customize it and change what it says, change where it goes. You can change the destination of it. And then domain mapping, this is where I was totally blown away on Friday night, because I thought, okay, I've got everything I want on it. Now I'm going to map it and see if it works. And it literally mapped. This video that they have is like 3 minutes long, and it goes through every single screen. It shows you exactly how to map it with GoDaddy, and it tells you what to put in the spots, everything. And it says it may take 24 hours to propagate through all the websites. Well, it was like 10 minutes, and it was done and ready to go. And within 15 minutes from the time I mapped it, it was ranking on Google on the second page. It totally blew my mind. So anyway, I know right now, though, they are working on a different mapping. So they're redoing this video, because over the weekend they decided that the mapping that they had set up was not probably real good long term. So Empower wanted them to do it a different way, which will be more stable long term. So right now they're working on changing that up a little bit, and they will put out a new video. And this actually may be it. I'm not sure. I haven't seen in the chat on Facebook that they've got it yet. So I will let you guys know when I see that. And then for those of you who are familiar with Google Analytics, Google Analytics will track your information of your activity on your page. So it will show you what kind of hits you're getting, what traffic you're getting, if it's repeat traffic, if it's organic traffic, meaning the first time they've been there. It'll give you all that information. So you just have to link your Google Analytics tracking ID here, and you get that from your Google Analytics account, which is attached to, if you have a Gmail account or a YouTube account or whatever, then you can get that tracking code. And that's on my list for tonight. I've got to get mine added in. So let's see. Does anybody else need? I'm going to exit screen share here. I think I've kind of showed you guys what what I see. Is there anybody else that has any questions? Is there anything else I can cover for you? I'd be happy to. Press, did you have more you wanted to talk about iPAS?
No, other than use it. Guys, the cool thing that with iPAS has got a lot to help our new people. The iPAS TV is launching. They're doing tonight, no, actually tomorrow night. Anthony Williams and some of the coaches are going to be doing a presentation on iPAS TV, and then on Wednesday, one of the other coaches and then one of the iPAS support ladies are going to be doing a presentation on helping get unstuck with getting everything set up, because some people, they've never been in anything with internet, and now they're coming into iPAS and they still get a little bit overwhelmed, even though it is step by step to set everything up. And so they're going to come in on the support stuff and kind of help people see how to set their accounts up. So that's a nice thing for us to be able to, refer them to the system and have support there. As a coach, the best thing is prep your new members that come in to be proactive, because the coaches can't really motivate somebody that's at ground zero. They've got to at least try. We've got some pretty good tactics that we use to jumpstart people, but the bottom line is, I think I heard Kim Claver once said it's easier to get a brand new person than it is to restart somebody who up and just kind of fiddling around, not being active. So when you get a new person coming in, just let them know that we've got a system there and they just need to jump into it and start gathering the information, because everything is at our fingertips with the system. But that's, unless anybody has specific iPAS questions, I could take a stab at those. I don't have the chat roll on my computer, so I can't see any of the questions. So Darcy, if anybody has questions on iPAS specifically or anything else, I can sure try to answer any questions. And Power Hour's coming pretty quick, so we don't have
5 minutes on Power Hour, so I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. Suzanne said, thanks for a great hangout. You bet. We are so excited to be doing hangouts. Probably be doing more of them now. I think now this is my first one, so now I've done it. It's easy. Thank you to Kevin and Melissa for allowing us to host tonight. It was really fun for us, and we enjoy the interaction with Team Audacity. If you guys have any questions, why don't you just post them in the Team Audacity Facebook group. And for those of you who are visitors, get back to the person who invited you here and get started, because this is an incredible place with a community of people who are here to assist you and to support you and to cheer you on and to make sure that you are going to be successful. And we see so many online businesses come and go. Over the 2 years we've been here, it just blows my mind that all the businesses that come and go, and there's just no support. They bring people in and then they just kind of are left to hang out by themselves. So if you're a guest and you got invited here, we sure would love to have you join our team. We're kind of kooky, but that's what makes us us. So if there's nothing else, I don't see anything in the chat, so I think we're going to call it a night. We hope you guys have an awesome night. If you have any questions, shoot us a Facebook message or post on Team Audacity, and we'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye-bye. Take care.